Hey folks, just me today. Mom and the boys are out of town, so it's just gonna be me. So we're gonna hop down here in the water. It's definitely that time of year. It's warm, but was invited out to this location. Definitely some Civil War activity, battle nearby, so hopefully we'll run into something out here. All right, I'll be back with you. It took a minute, but I'm over here right at the bank. I'm just hoping this silt would clear out. So water's not really moving over here. But I believe I got a fired bullet based on the bottom of it there. That's not modern. Excuse me. Sinuses out or something. Probably fell right out of the bank over here. That's something. We'll keep going, see if we can find a few more. Got me another one out of the bank. Yep, another fired. My boots are full of water. Deeper than I expected. Well, I've been chasing signals deeper than I should, but I'm gonna leave some of the bank for Preston. I'm gonna bring him back out. Brandon, if he'll come. But nice fired. I don't think Confederates were down here drinking it, but could be 1868.
I think it had an R on it, so
Yeah.
I don't think that was prevalent back then.
No, I was proud of myself for eyeballing it. I never see bottles. Well, that got my heart rate up, not looking up at me till I saw that. Oh well. Found a ring. Bit of junker. Fancy though. Just pulled this out of the creek. Old bag seal or something from F.A. Ferris Company out of New York. So we looked it up, and that is a company that goes back to the 1820s. And the best thing we can figure out is it apparently was still going in the 1880s. But anyway, they would have shipped pork. But I don't know why they would be shipping pork to Tennessee in the 1800s when everybody had a hog. So maybe it came down with the Union, who knows. But it's interesting, it's in a creek in the middle of Knoxville, Tennessee, when originated in New York. We're gonna try a little electrolysis. Got our power supply that a friend donated to us. We run it before. Axe head I found in New Hampshire. Worked really well. And today we're gonna be doing this yoke attachment that Preston found at the Nathan Bedford Forest site. Lost some video. I noticed during editing during that hunt, so you actually didn't see him find this, but this is something he found on the property, which is kind of neat because when they lived there, Nathan Bedford Forrest's dad was a blacksmith, so it's very possible he could have made that. So who knows? Of course, people lived on that property before they did and after, so it's impossible to say for sure. But anyway, see the way we got our thing set up here. Have three different, ignore the black and the red, but we have actually 4 leads that are the negative, which are, I know, should be black, but we put them on backwards. Anyway, and then of course our positive runs to just a sheet of stainless steel here. It's a regular litter box I'm using here just at this small station. So let's go ahead and crank it up. So it'll take a few minutes. This thing's so degraded, I was afraid to drill into it, so I'm actually just kind of sanded down a spot on the metal to get to the original metal to get a good connection. And I have several of these alligator clips, so if it gets corroded, I can just swap it out. But we'll give that a while and let it start cooking, and we'll check on it later. All right, well, she's been cooking for a few hours. Pulled it out to check it and kind of wipe some of the rust off. Forgot to mention earlier, there's baking soda in there. That's what's kind of collected on top of it. And it takes a few minutes, I think, mainly because I'm having to go straight to the relic with the negative there. Normally, like with a piece of artillery or thicker metal, I try to drill into it a small screw, just a small hole, and attach the alligator clamp to that. And it seems to get a better connection. With this, it seems to take a minute before I can really see, the bubbles starting to come off the entire relic. But as long as your water's moving, and I'm starting to see the bubbles, up around the top there starting to move, so I can see it's working. And it was obvious it was working when I kind of brushed it off just a little bit. Flipped it over, and we'll let it cook for a few more hours and go from there. I'll show you real quick some other stuff I've worked on. So this is axe head I mentioned, found in New Hampshire. It's a little glossier right now than it's going to be. I'm going to have to kind of sand that down a little bit and then put more of a matte finish on it, sealant, keep it from rusting back over. But I did the same thing with this. I just drilled a small hole somewhere up in here. I believe it was on the other side, but anyway, you can't even see it. Let's take a little bit of putty, fill in the hole, and then once you seal it up, you can't even tell you drilled a hole into it. So this thing, once I get another coat, get a little less glossy finish on it, I'll be able to get an axe handle and put that thing up on the wall, and it'll look nice. I've also been gonna work on some other things. I don't know if I'm really gonna do these, more experimental type stuff, but some horseshoes, things like that, I'm gonna put in there that are in pretty good condition that Preston wants to display. So hopefully once we get those going, we'll be able to show you those as well. We'll be back with you shortly. We'll check on our last piece we've got cooking right now. So after several hours, you can really see the difference in the water now. I just rotated my object. As you can see, this side's a lot more done than that side. That side's thicker. Got it facing the stainless steel. It seems like in this setup, definitely get a stronger conductivity that way. I should probably set one up over here as well and have two leads running to it, but this is just a little makeshift setup I have for now. But anyway, this side of the object's much thinner, and so it's obviously worked a lot faster over there, as a lot of the rust was able to just wipe right off. So I just rotate it around, have it cook that way for a couple hours. Should be even it up and be ready to dry out, give a brushing just to get some of that stubborn rust off of it, and dry it out and be ready to seal it up. It's coming along. This piece is, obviously it's not very even, so it's taking a little longer.